guys, what's going on, and welcome back to my channel to another MOCO video. There are 15 gadgets in MOCO, and in this video we're gonna rank them all. So we're gonna go from the lowest rank D towards the best rank S, and I will show you which are the best gadgets to use in MOCO. As that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. Before we hop into today's video, a little bit of a disclaimer. This video is a tier list video, so it is based on my own opinion. For sure you can have a different one, so feel free to share it down below in the comments, because all together we just can get better. So let's get ahead and start straight with the first one, which is the Splash Heal. And as the name is telling you already, this is a healing gadget, healing you and your teammates in a pretty large area every 16 seconds. In the early game, this is the first healing gadget you unlock, and it is very helpful, and it carried us pretty often. The later the game goes, the less people are using it, but I still can see some use cases like special rifts for it, where one player can go fully tanking while the other one's dealing damage, and he for sure can get a large use case of this Splash Heal. So I would rate it right now on a solid C tier. While that does not mean that it is not a good gadget to use, in my opinion the gadgets are all really close to each other, so even though we go from S to D, they are all pretty even, with some things sticking out really big. As next we are coming to the Smart Fireworks, used to launch 5 enemies seeking fireworks that deal area damage at long range. And what should I say? In the early game, this one was really solid, but the same as for the healing spell, the later the game goes, I can't really see that many guys using this one, beside maybe in one or the other dungeon or in PvP, where some guys still using the firework. But right now, I can't see the use case of this one. Maybe I'm wrong, but for me, this is right now one of the worst gadgets out there, so it is a D tier. As next we are coming to the Boombox, used to drop a 360-degree boom wave that deals area damage around you and stuns non-bosses monsters. And these non-boss monsters stun is pretty helpful in one or the other dungeon, and this one was pretty good in the early game. But especially for dungeons, that stun can help you to find some secret strategies to master one or the other dungeon. For me, this is right now pretty even to the healing spell, and I would rate it as a C rank because it can stun and with that crowd control the opponents, and that's why it is a C tier. As next we are coming to the Vitamin Shot, and this is in my opinion one of the best gadgets out there, maybe even the best one when it comes to being an all-rounder. Like, the Vitamin Shot helps you to increase the attack speed for you and your pets, and it heals yourself and your pets on top with a cooldown of 10 seconds. In my opinion, this is right now the best gadget out there, since you can use it everywhere. There is not any scenario where I would say, hey, this is not helpful, because with the faster attack rate you buff your damage, and the damage output is really significant or needed in all those dungeons. Furthermore, in the normal runs I'm using it as well, as it is pretty nice there to get some further attack speed as well. So let's drop it down there up to the S tier. What are your thoughts on the Vitamin Shot? Do you play it, and is it one of the best one? Feel free to share your opinion down below in the comments. And if you have liked the video so far, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe completely for free to my channel to not miss any MOCO content in the future. As next we are coming to the monster Taser, used to tase the nearest enemy, dealing big damage and stunning non-boss monsters. And it has a cooldown of 5 seconds, so this is one of the fastest gadgets out there, and with the high damage it is pretty useful, especially in some rifts and dungeons where the focus is on a boss or even non-boss monsters, because bosses for the damage and the non-boss monsters get those additional stun, and that carried us in one or the other scenario a lot. And with that I would rate it a solid B tier, since there are a lot of situations where you could use it, and maybe some of you will say, hey, this is better in A tier, some would even say in C tier, but I can definitely recommend you to try it out, and that cooldown of 5 seconds might be even a little bit more towards A tier, but right now we leave it in the B tier. As next we are coming to the Pepper Spray, and I think the Pepper Spray right now is one of those gadgets being a little bit underrated. Yes, everybody can see that this one is causing masses of damage in a large area, so it is perfect for these big crowds. But the slowdown is actually massive, and I've learned it later yesterday in the stream in the dungeon runs. So right now this one is one of the best gadgets out there in my opinion, and I would rate it a solid A tier. On top comes the 14-second cooldown, which is definitely better than at some other gadgets, and this will help you especially in dungeons and rifts to master them. With that we are coming straight to the next one, Snow Globe, used to deal area damage around you over time across a large area. slowing all non-boss monsters. So this is the second slow and mass control gadget here, but this one has a cooldown of 30 seconds, and this is, in my opinion, the only weak spot out there since you can't use it that often. But for dungeons, this is still super good to use, and even though it has a pretty high cooldown, it is super good in your normal runs since you're covering a large area in ice, and if you're especially hunting chaos monsters, this can help you that it gets counter to your side if you can't get close enough fast enough. This one can still help you to get those chaos monsters. So for this, I think it's also a very solid A tier gadget right now. The next one is the life jacket, and for this one it's a little bit hard for me to rate it. It shields yourself and your pets temporarily. The shield explodes when destroyed or when it expires, dealing area damage and stunning non-boss monsters. With a cooldown of 15 seconds, you can actually use it pretty often, and in the dungeons, in combination with some pets which get also shielded, that carried us pretty often, I have to say that. But on the other side, in the normal runs, I'm not too often using it, so this is really struggling. And I'm not sure if this is either somewhere in the B tier, which I would rate it right now, or maybe sometimes it feels as an A tier gadget, or sometimes it feels kind of useless in a C tier range. So I would say this as a solid B tier right now. As next, we're coming to the multi-Zapper, which is in my opinion the second most underrated gadget right now. It used to launch 12 zaps. Each zap damages a random enemy and stuns if it is a non-boss monster. With a cooldown of 18 seconds, it can't be used that often, but together with the portable portal, it is so good, and this is definitely one of the best builds out there, but I will do a guide on that tomorrow. But why do I think it is underrated? Well, the use case range of this one is almost as big as for the Vitamin. In the normal runs, yes, you can target and damage a lot of enemies with these zaps, so for hunting the chaos monsters, it's very good. For every other circumstance, you're doing solid damage with it, and it will help you that those kills be counted to you. Besides that, in PvP it is super good useful as the damage is really high, and in dungeons it is really good to use as well. So in my opinion, this is also an S tier gadget. As next, we are coming to the spicy dagger. Used to dash towards the closest enemy, dealing damage and making them take 25% more damage from your weapon, gadgets, passives and pets temporarily. Non-boss monsters are also slowed. With a cooldown of 10 seconds, this gadget can be pretty often used, and with the additional damage boost, this is super helpful in each of those dungeons where you have to target a small group of bosses or one single target boss. In my opinion, this spicy dagger is a solid A tier right now, since it is helping you at a lot of situations, and it is also good to use in PvP. So for me, classical A tier. As next, we are coming to the explosive 6-pack, used to jump and drop bombs in mid-air that deal area damage. It has a cooldown of 10 seconds and it definitely helps you for fast clears whenever you have to be fast, so most likely chaos monsters, and if you want to escape from one or the other situation. While I haven't used it too often right now in rifts or dungeons, I think it is pretty alright to use, but I most likely use it only in a build to farm chaos monsters or objectives on the standard runs in a fast way, since you have then your dash forward, combinable with the explosive 6-pack, you can move pretty fast around. And since I'm using it not too often and can't see really that many other guys using it, besides those special runs, I would rate it right now as a C tier gadget. As next, we're coming to the super loud whistle, used to taunt monsters to attack you and heal yourself over time. Well, it has a cooldown of 12 seconds, and I'm not sure if it is too good. In my opinion, this is right now one of the worst gadgets out there. Maybe I'm just underrating it, but I have personally the feeling when you especially run those 4 people rifts, if you are the tanky guy attacking the boss, it has fully target to you anyway, so I don't really need this super loud whistle. And feeling that the heal is pretty low, I'm rather taking the Vitamin and the 2 other heals and not block the spot for this one, because the other heals are definitely better. And the attraction of the boss, I'm getting it anyway. So for me, this is kinda useless right now and a D tier. But maybe you have some secret special strategies. Write it down below in the comments. As next, we're coming to the Revitalizing Mist. It instantly heals you over a friendly target with the lowest health within range. Cooldown of 8 seconds and a pretty high heal. This one is pretty alright to use. while it is a little bit better in my opinion than the splash heal, since there are some dungeons where you can definitely use that target heal in a little bit better way. So for me, a little bit higher rated in a good solid B tier. The second last gadget we want to rank today is called the Really Cool Sticker. I've unlocked it yesterday while defeating the Rooftop Rumble dungeon. It's a group dungeon and it was actually pretty easy, so you can unlock it soon as well. For a short duration, your weapon and your pets deal extra damage. With a cooldown of 20 seconds, it can't be used too often, and I can definitely see the use cases, as it is boosting your damage. But we also have the vitamin shot, increasing your attack rate, so you're boosting your damage output per second there as well. They should definitely stack up with each other, but since I haven't used it too often for now, and I'm definitely preferring the vitamin, as it is also healing you, I would rank it as a solid B tier. Well, and at last we're coming to Shelldon. I've also unlocked it yesterday in a solo dungeon, in the one-on-one dungeon, and uses to summon Shelldon to fight by your side. Shelldon deals area damage at close range and taunts monsters to attack him. Sheldon's strong armor makes him take 50% less damage. It has a high cooldown of 30 seconds, so it can't be used that often. And actually, for me, it is a little bit useless at the moment. Like, we can summon the chickens, we can summon the bees with the buskill weapon. Yes, this one can tank quite something, but I can't really see right now the use case for it. In the dungeon, I tried it. This one is still melting really fast, so I am not sure if it is just having 2 less HP or should be even more tankier, protecting himself like for 80% of the damage, but that might make it too OP, or I don't see the use case. That's also the thing. We can buff for sure with some rings the HP of it, but for me right now, I don't really see the use case of this one, but maybe you guys tell me some good strategies and I'm gonna increase the rank of Shelldon in the future to a better tier. So what are your thoughts on the tier list? We have definitely, there are some gadgets which are really good to use and which I'm using almost in every scenario, like the vitamin shot. Then there are some other ones which are really helpful in most of the scenarios, and that's how mainly the A tier is built. B tier, we are using it often, but not too often. And then we're coming to the lower ranks. So what are your opinions? Feel free to share it down below in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this guide and we're gonna see us again in the future.